How to start a limousine company and make $132,000 a year with one limo. Hi, my name is Nate Jones. I run this channel. I make videos on entrepreneurship, businesses, how to start businesses, and which businesses you should start. And today I'm talking about a limousine company. You're buying a stretch limo and you are going around and taking people to parties, to wedding events, to maybe a private shuttle service from the airport to their house. These are very popular. A lot of people like to use them, especially for weddings as they're leaving the wedding venue. Everybody likes to look cool sliding into a limo, or they like to look cool taking their buddies out for a night on the town, driving around in a limo. So let's talk about how this is an opportunity for you to make some money. Going into the beginning of this, what we're going to do is we're going to talk through the expenses. And when I was doing some research, I was looking at limos for sale, the nice ones, like, hey, how can we get a limo that's not going to break down on us all the time? And what I saw was for about $75,000, you can get a stretch limo that's either a Lincoln or a Hummer or a Lincoln Town Car, maybe even a Mercedes. But around that price range, there was some that were pretty decent mileage. A new one is going to probably put you over $100,000. So I was like, hey, how can we save a little bit of money? Well, $75,000 is probably going to put you in that range of a limo that's not going to break down every other week for you. So for $75,000, with a minimum down of 25%, because that's usually what's required for business loans. Since this is going to be a business vehicle, we're going to have to use business loan standards. And that's going to be about 25% down, which is going to be about $18,750 down to get started. Now, if I were you, I would make sure that you have about $30,000 saved up to start this business, because things happen, unforeseen things happen, and you don't want to be going broke just to try to keep your business afloat or keep your limo up to standards if it breaks down. So that being said, 25% down, $18,750 down. Your loan is going to be about $1,000 a month, and then you're going to be paying about $300 a month in insurance, $200 a month I would save up for maintenance, and then your total expenses a month, fixed expenses, is going to be about $1,500 a month. Okay, so let's see, how much can we make operating a limo service? This is what everybody really cares about. I was looking it up. What's the average, depending on your city, depending on where you're at? The average, national average, is about $140 per hour is what you can charge as a limousine company. Most limousine companies say that you have to have a 3-hour minimum to rent their limo. So that means for every trip, you're getting about $420 in revenue because of the 3-hour minimum. Now, some people may want it for the entire day, maybe half the day, but for a 3-hour minimum, you're guaranteed to make $420. So just get the limo out of the garage, $420. Now, with a tip, and maybe some trips are going to be longer than others, I'll say the average trip is going to be about $550 in revenue. And then I took $50 off for gas on average, which would put us about a trip cash flow at $500. So every trip we should be, after the gasoline, we should be cash flowing around $500. And before I get into these monthly expenses, taking them out, I was looking, hey, how many trips could we take a week? I said on average, let's just do 5 trips a week. We might be 3 or 4 on the weekend, maybe 1 during the week. And this might be a part-time job at the beginning, a part-time business, because as you scale this up, you're not going to be as busy. So you do 5 trips a week, which is probably about 15 to 20 hours, maybe a little bit more. So this is something that you can kind of do on the side and make pretty good money. So 5 trips a week is going to be $2,500, because we're making $500 trip cash flow. So 5 times 5 is $2,500. Okay, and $2,500 a week puts us at $10,000 a month, and we take out our fixed expenses of our loan, our insurance, our maintenance, which is $1,500 a month. So that puts us at $8,500 a month profit for only working 15 to 20 hours. Okay, so if we take $8,500 a month times 12, that puts us at $102,000 of gross profit. Our gross revenue was $132,000. Okay, so Looking at this after the down payment, we take the 102,000 gross profit, subtract it by the 18,750, puts us at $83,250. So for that first year, you're netting about $83,000. That's pretty good because even if this was your full-time business, you're able to put a lot of effort into trying to get it up and ground and running because you're not out there on the road all the time. But yeah, for $83,000 a year for running this limo company, that's pretty good. So let's go through. Let's say we decide to start this business. We found a limo. What are we going to do next? And what I would say for every business, no matter what business you want to start, even if you're looking at this and you're like, hey, I don't think this is for me, let's think about, for every business, this is what I suggest. Think of all the ways in which this business won't work. Tear it down. Say, if this happened, how would I react? If this happened, how would I react? So for this business, I was thinking of a couple things. Number one, you get no passengers. It means nobody's calling you. Nobody knows you have a limousine company. Maybe your marketing plan was horrible. Maybe you didn't even create a website or create a Facebook. You didn't get your name out there so people know, hey, I have a limousine company now. Hit me up if you need a limo. Okay, nobody knows, so nobody's calling you. You didn't look into a third-party dispatch company. There's a lot of companies out there that will actually pair you up with somebody who's looking for a limo. You didn't plan for the sales, and when you fail to plan for the sales don't come in. Sales is the most important thing at a company, and if you don't plan for the sales, you don't create a marketing approach, a strategy, then you're not going to get any sales. Number two, your limo breaks down all the time. This means you went cheap on the limo, or you didn't do enough research on what a good limo is, or how much it costs, or some preventative maintenance you could have done, and it breaks down. So what happens is people want to use your limo, they just can't use it because it's never available, because it's always in the shop. So do your research before you buy a certain limo and make sure that you know of the limos to avoid. Number three, you fail to follow the schedule. This means the party wants to be picked up at 6. You don't show up at 6. You never show up on time. They start leaving reviews on your Google page, your Facebook page, wherever, and it puts you out of business because nobody wants to deal with somebody who doesn't do what they say they're going to do. So make sure that you follow a schedule and you're there on time and you're a professional. Number 4 here, provide a quality car. What a quality car is on the inside, it's really nice. People want to feel like they're somebody special when they rent a limo. They want to feel like a celebrity, or maybe you might be even hauling around a celebrity, but either way, they want to make sure that they're in a nice quality car. So make sure the interior is nice before you buy it. Then what we're going to do after that, we're going to make sure if we want to formalize this business, we're going to legal it up. That means we're going to create an LLC, and in your state, you're probably going to have to create a DOT number because you're hauling passengers for hire. So you're going to have to create a DOT number with the FMCSA and your insurance company, making sure that you buy the correct insurance. I only know this because I own an insurance agency, Wexford Insurance. We work with some limo companies. Set up, if you work with the right insurance company, they're going to file a filing for you, which makes you authorized to haul passengers for hire. Okay, so make sure that you get the right insurance, create that LLC, because you want the LLC to be a completely separate legal entity from you. So if something happens, they can't personally come after your assets. So I would reach out to a local attorney or a local law firm, or look online of how to create an LLC with a company that will set it up correctly for you. The thing within Legal Up, we want to make sure we create a client contract. Okay, we want to create a contract in which there's standard operating procedures for you, and there's standard operating procedures for your clients that are riding in the car. The reason that you want to provide this is because you want to protect yourself against potential lawsuits because you didn't explain what they should have done, right? Let's make sure that people don't stick their head out of the sunroof in case they get smacked with something and get hurt, right? Let's make sure that they know that they should be in their seat at all times, with their seatbelt buckled. All these standard operating procedures that each passenger should abide by to make sure that they're safe and that no one's going to get hurt. Because if someone gets hurt, you're a business and you don't want that to come against you personally or go against your insurance, and then your rates skyrocket. So once you've gone through all these things, you need to commit to starting this business. There's always 1,000 reasons why you shouldn't start a business, and there's 1,000 reasons why you should. But if you have this thought through and this is something you want to pursue, the nice thing about this business is somebody else is paying for this limousine loan throughout throughout the years. And then after it's paid off, your profitability goes up even more. And you could probably sell that limo. Another opportunity for this business is to scale it, is to continue adding more and more limos, and you have a fleet, and then you can continue to just cash flow off every single trip and ride. Now, as you scale, you're going to have an employee expense that's going to eat up some of that cost, but as long as you're cash flowing, you can really get a fleet of vehicles and provide some value into your business in which you could potentially sell someday. So hopefully you like this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe. I'll be posting more content about business and how to start businesses here soon. Thanks.